If your coworker has coronavirus, you might want to know about it, right? But it turns out in most states, your company doesn't have to tell you about cases at work. Here's Investigate TV's Lee Zurich with our COVID-19 tracker.
I'm a brand ambassador, which is just, the normal associate.
This Florida resident wants to hide her identity. She's afraid of retribution from her bosses, who she says failed to tell employees 2 coworkers tested positive for coronavirus. So there was nothing formal from your bosses at all?
Nope, not a single statement.
Same thing happened to this logistics employee at a South Carolina hospital.
I found out through a fellow coworker.
So you never heard from a supervisor or manager or anyone like that?
No.
And how close do you work with these coworkers?
Right next to them.
There's no national law requiring employers to inform employees if a coworker tests positive. We reached out to all 50 states. 34 responded. Only 3 have laws requiring notification: California, Michigan, and Virginia.
Forget about doing the right thing. They're purely mercenary business profit interests to inform everybody to make sure that it doesn't spread.
The CDC advises employers to inform employees of their possible exposure to COVID-19 in the workplace. Tulane University labor law professor Joel Friedman thinks remaining silent could open some businesses up to litigation.
I think failure to do this could certainly be viewed by a jury, if it came to that, as a negligent act. And if you can link that to the cause of the person's obtaining the disease and then their injuries, I think there's potential liability here.
Several lawsuits have been filed by employees, and OSHA has received nearly 300 complaints that cite a lack of communication.
It was a huge breach of trust. I think that a lot of the employees were just frustrated. Had they come out and said, hey, we have a couple people testing positive, we think you guys should go get checked, but we are going to stay open, that would have been perfectly fine. But the fact that they didn't say anything at all, they just kept it a secret and then let us find out on our own. I think that was, it was really frustrating.
After finding out about the positive test from a leaked manager's text message, this salesperson for a national clothing company took a test. It turned out to be negative. But even though her store isn't legally obligated to inform employees, she says they should have.
I think it's the employees' rights to know, and managers might not know what, underlying conditions that an employee has or what their family has. And I think it's extremely important to just share that information. Obviously not the names, but just telling them you might be exposed, and for your own safety and for your family's safety, you should go get checked out.
Lee Zurich, Valley News Live.
Again, in Florida, where that employee works, there is no law that would require a company to tell you about positive cases. The company did not respond to our request for comment. Mortgage rates are crushing it again, plunging to a new all-time low. Where they're at now is next on Valley News Live 10 at 10.